can barely see the numbers. Okay, this one probably do it. Okay. Hello, collective. This is Tan from Artemis Oracle, doing your reading for the next 7 days. Whenever you happen to come across this reading, I am on. Hi, Shantae. How are you? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. How you doing? I hope you had a good weekend. So I'm doing a reading for the next 7 days. It could be from whenever you happen to come across this live replay. But so I got some cards from earlier today because in my mind's eye. Okay, perfect. Thank you for letting me know. So in my mind's eye, I saw this particular oracle deck. So I had to pull it out. And the first card that I got is New Life. Right here, New Life. And then that's the number 39. I don't know if you could see the number, it's right here. And then All That Glitters is number 16. 21 is Clean It Up. And then 32 is Here and Now. It reminds me of the Luther Vandross song, Here and Now. Oh, it was good. I slept a lot. But it was pretty good. Thank you. I'm glad you had a good weekend too. So Here and Now. Okay. So but it's interesting because at the end of this week, we're going to be having the first day of spring. And, you know, when I saw this card, it made me think of the first day of spring, a brand new season, a new way to start something new, right? Basically like a blank slate, but also it's the start of Aries season as well. So it's like new things are going to start forming. There's going to be changes. It's like some of us are going to be reawakened, re-inspired in some way. Some of us are going to be coming out of our shells, coming out of our comfort zone, probably because some of us do like the spring weather or just feel more invigorated, more energized to start something new, to get into something new, just have a new beginning in whatever it is. But you know, the All That Glitters card is about looking out for things that may look good on the outside, but may actually not be in the inside, you know, and this could be related to people. You know, people could look shiny and beautiful and good and perfect and pure of heart, but then they may not have the best intentions. But it could be also opportunities that may look like opportunities that you would want to start. But it's like you have to dig a little deeper, make sure it actually is a reflection of what it's presenting itself. You know, is the opportunity something that is sustainable? Is it going to lead to something, or is it just like a scam in a way? I'm thinking scam energy. So that's something that we have to kind of look out for too. And anyway, you know, it is tax season in the US. There's a lot of scammers out there, so they may come up with new opportunities, ways for you to want to invest your money or put your money into buying new products, new services, but may not even be worth it, you know? So that's something that to be thought of or thought for the next 7 days. But also this may be a period too, where you may be wanting to look into what you have in your life and what ways you can declutter your home, declutter your space, even declutter your energy of things that aren't serving you, especially things that you thought were, you know, were more than they actually were. You know, it's like now you could get rid of the things. It's like I don't know, sometimes I'm just thinking about Temu right now. A lot of people buy stuff for Temu because it's so cheap, but then you're like realizing this wasn't worth it. Maybe there's a Temu person in your life, you know, that you're wanting to declutter because they haven't done anything but brought drama. Because I don't know, when I see these masks, it makes me think of drama. So there may be somebody you may be wanting to release, to cleanse your space of, so that you can focus on a new phase, new cycle in your life, especially with the start of the spring season or the spring equinox at the end of the week. But with the here and now, it's like saying be present in this moment. Don't think about the past. Don't get stuck in the past. And don't worry about the future. Just be in this present moment, because this moment is all we have right now until we have the next moment. And then the moment that we just left, that's the past. You know, the past is constantly being rewritten with new present memories, you know, so it's a matter of staying present. Stay present with what matters. Staying present in whatever task you have in hand, you have in your mind, whatever you want to work towards. But think about what you can do now, in this moment, not what you can have an ultimate goal. You can have a goal of what you see it or envision yourself doing for the future. But ultimately, it's about staying focused on what you're doing now and what steps you can take now that can lead you to your ultimate goal. You know, it's one step at a time. I know sometimes we have these grand visions for ourselves, and just the idea of everything that we have to do just to get to that result can be overwhelming. But it's like, no, think about what you can do step by step, day by day. And now I'm thinking about that show. So you got to take it little by little. You know, it can be overwhelming, but remember, each step ultimately leads to you reaching your goal and attaining your goal. But as you're going through that process of whatever it is that you're considering doing for the future, it's thinking about what you can do now. Sometimes you have to declutter your mind. Maybe think about what steps you have taken that have worked and that haven't worked in the past. You know, if you want to reflect on the past, see what you have done that has worked for you or what hasn't, and then you just work with what seems feasible, what seems achievable, and not worry yourself with things that really have no value or led to no sort of result. You know, so that's what I'm getting for the next 7 days with those cards. Those are the Wisdom of the Oracle deck cards. Let me see what else. What am I getting? Trying to stay. I know your birthday's coming. Well, your birthday's in a couple of weeks, right? It's in April. So I wonder if you have anything planned, Shantae, for your birthday. So once again, I have the numbers 39, 16, 21, or 32. And 32, not or. Let's see what else. What other messages you need to know at this time? Let me see. Hi, Ruby. How are you? I'm doing a next 7 days reading. Let me see. I'm trying to look for other cards. Okay. Well, you still have time. You still have time. I know my birthday is towards the end of the year, and I know I travel for my birthday. So I usually start planning for my birthday in August. So I'm not even thinking about that right now either, even though that's like months and months away. Okay, so I'm going to go into the Revealing the Truth deck. See what's coming out for the next 7 days. Oh yeah, I always take the day off for my birthday. I don't want to work on my birthday. You know, but it's funny because this year my birthday is going to be on a Sunday. So I'm still taking a day off. Not right now. I'm doing the next 7 days. Next 7 days. And then I'll do the yes or no questions. Okay, we have the card Hot, Popular, Focus, Explosive. Okay, let's see what that's about. Hi, Marcia, how are you? Okay, what else do we need to know about the week ahead? For the next 7 days. What does the collective need to know for the next 7 days? Dreams, okay. Oh my God, why does this trash card keep coming out? Okay. I already have something in my mind and it just, I don't. Let's see, next 7 days, anything? Next 7 days. That card. Taboo. Oh, Lordy Jesus. Why are these cards? Taboo. My birthday's in November. Hope. And hug. Okay, I'm gonna get one more card. Do I want more? One more card? Yeah. One more card. When is your birthday, Marcia? One more card for the next 7 days. It's like I got a card for each day. Okay, that flew out. Synchronization and the bottom, sorry. I'm sorry. Unspoken apology, eternal regret. Okay. So let me see what this says. So hot, popular, explosive, focus. So I don't know. I'm going to read these cards all together, but you know, like this, the first thing that came into my mind was there may be some sort of disagreement, argument, a heated exchange that some of you may be having. But when it goes to the drinks card, it makes me think that, I don't know, if some of you may be going out during the next 7 days, and you may be out for drinks. You could be out for coffee. You could be talking to someone at work and while you're having tea or something, but there may be some sort of argument or disagreement, a heated exchange between you and this person. Or this person may be talking negatively about you. You know how some people like to go out for drinks after work? I feel like something's going to come out where some of you may find out somebody was talking trash talking, you know, possibly talking about something that, because I see taboo. It says limit, crime, forbidden love, curiosity. This seems different though. Taboo, limit, crime. So I don't know if they're going to be talking about something that they shouldn't be talking about. Maybe saying something about someone having an affair at work, or having an affair, period. Doing something that they're not supposed to be doing. Possibly breaking some sort of rules or policies. And the trash thing, it doesn't necessarily have to be trash. It could be like somebody is just starting trouble. Trying to like start trouble, that probably have been starting trouble for some time, and it's like accumulating to a point that possibly some of you, or it could be someone around you, get to the point where somebody cannot take it anymore. It's like this person or people or whatever. It's basically like when I think of mouse, it makes me think of the Norman deck, and that deck, it talks about the mouse becoming a small issue, becoming a bigger issue. You know, like if a mouse goes into a space, and then if they're pregnant, they can infest the space, so it becomes an infestation. So there may be something about like an infestation, or it could be that somebody is talking, and then it's just like they keep talking and they keep talking and they keep talking and they keep adding on to whatever the hell they were doing or whatever they were saying, and it gets to this point where that heated exchange happens. Now with the taboo card, that's a little that, I mean, because when you automatically think of taboo, it's like stuff that you're not supposed to be talking about. Like right now, I'm doing an Oracle tarot card reading. That's considered taboo in some way, you know. But there may be something going on. Maybe something's going to come out about somebody, about people being involved in something taboo. But there could be something about some sort of taboo relationship. But the weird thing that it's the hope card, how it transitions to hope. It says wish, expect, desire. When I think of these through, like all these cards, because it's like it takes, like it starts off like harsh, but then it's like the week finishes off nice, like, you know, like you have it's like whatever happened in the beginning of the week, things start to change, things start to get better, because you have the hope card. Maybe something happens where hope is restored for you, And it doesn't have to be with work, you know. It could be with anything. It could be within the home. Like somebody could be talking about somebody who constantly drinks, and then you get into a heated argument or something. And it could be anything, right? But I think I should clarify with the tarot. But we have the hug, comfort, care, closeness, and then synchronization. This, when I put these four together, it makes me think that, like, say this, all right, something taboo, like, I don't know, automatically it's doing something that is, but then when you think about hope, doing something that's not socially acceptable. But then you have the hope card. I don't know if some of you are in the taboo type situation, but there seems to be something transitioning or changing that if you were hoping for a shift in the relationship, there may be some hope for that, because it's like the way this is. I don't know if there was some argument, like say you are in a taboo situation and you had an argument with the person, you know, you laid out all the trash, you know, you talked all the trash, like you said, like this, you laid out all your cards on the table, like I did. And and then you're like, this is what I don't like. This is what I like. This is what I want to see happen. This is what I, you know, like you like laying your cards on the table and letting the person know, like, I'm not happy with the way this is going and I want more. I want different. You know, it's either this is going to end or this is going to change, you know? That's what I'm getting. But then it's like with the change, it's like an improvement. And it's like with the hope card, and to me, this is reminding me of the sun. It says comfort, care, closeness. It's like whatever this challenging thing is that's going on, if this is like a romantic situation, it's like this conversation was needed, and it's what's gonna, you know, create either a new hope, like true hope, not fake hope, not false hope. I hate false hope, you know, because things start to synchronize. I don't know if this is a situation where it is a taboo situation that you might consider like scrapping, like just like ending, and then you start looking towards the future, you know? It could be you're deciding to like, yeah, this relationship was, whatever it is, it's trash, you know? It looked good on paper, but it really isn't. And it could even be a job. You know, your job could be, you may consider your job to be trash and you may not want to deal with it anymore. There may be things going on in your job that you don't agree with, that go against your morals, your ethics, your integrity, you know, and that may be where you're considering ending or scrapping a situation. It could be with work. It doesn't have to be romantic, because I'm going to tie it all to the Oracle cards now, like where you're like thinking about what you can have for yourself, what new beginning you can have for yourself if you're considering leaving your job. And that's what's giving you that hope, what's allowing you to see what you need to change, what you need to clean up, you know, and yeah, what you need to clean up, because you have the trash card here. You want to get rid of the trash. Maybe somebody at work that has been a troublemaker is going to be leaving. Maybe they're going to be taken out with the trash because they have probably not done anything to help this work situation. It could be even the home situation. You may be decluttering somebody for your life, which is something I mentioned earlier, because, you know, like things looked good at the beginning, but you saw someone's true colors. You saw that you weren't dealing with someone who was a gem. You were dealing with somebody who was inauthentic, who was pretending, who had a mask, you know. So if it is somebody at work that's leaving, this could be somebody that possibly goes to work drunk. That's one thing, because, you know, I know in my job, there's been a couple of people that have been going to work and getting, you know, drunk. You know, I know that's, but it happens, you know. But whatever it is, it's like something is going to be transitioning at the end of this week where you're going to be more hopeful, more optimistic, because whatever is getting cleaned up, whatever is being resolved, it's going to allow you to be able to look forward to something better, right? It's like everything is happening when it's meant to, because we have the synchronization card, like resonance, music, emotion. But I feel like synchronization means like there was certain things that were meant to happen that is going to lead you to where you need to be this week, or it's going to enlighten you to make certain changes, you know. And that could be what the here and now is, because when you become aware of something, then you have to look at where you are at this moment and then consider where you want to be in the future and how you can move forward, you know. especially if you know that there are better opportunities for you, opportunities that are authentic, that will lead to success, you know? But it's a matter of like whatever may be coming up this week, don't get caught up in the drama as much as you can, especially if it doesn't directly affect you, or if it does affect you, you know, try to keep your head low as much as you can and speak up where you need to, you know, but try not to get engaged in any heated discussions with someone, you know, to protect yourself, you know, because whoever is the false person in the situation, whoever, it could even be a boss, it could be a colleague, it could be a manager, a supervisor, it could be the janitor, whatever, it could be anybody. It's like the trash is going to get cleaned up, and then you're going to be able to move forward. It may be a better work environment, it may be a better home environment, whatever the situation is. But we have the sorry deck, the eternal regret, unspoken apology. I'm not entirely sure what apology is. I mean, like if it is a situation where it is like a taboo love situation, maybe somebody's apologetic about what they've done or haven't done in the relationship and wants to make things better, you know, maybe wants to bring new life into the situation or the relationship, but where you could start over, you could get rid of all that stuff that isn't working, like things that have been a blockage in the relationship. That doesn't have to be a taboo relationship, but it could be something that where maybe it's not socially acceptable because you're from different cultures, different religions. You may be different. I don't like saying race, but because we're all human, but different races. You know what I mean? Or ethnicities, stuff like that. You could just be different from each other. But if it is that type of relationship where, you know, there was some shit going on and you want to renew your relationship, you're going to have to look, both of you have to look at what isn't working. What isn't working in a relationship? What is a hindrance? A hindrance or a blockage? And if there is an external party that was trying to interfere with your relationship, that person may be cleaned up. Maybe they're going to be exiting the situation because there is some sort of confrontation in a way. I don't know. Hopefully nobody's getting a drink thrown on them, because that came into my mind. You know, sometimes when you're having a heated argument, you like, you know, you toss your drink in somebody's face. But hopefully it's not any of you finding your partner or someone you're with another person, and then it's like, okay, now it's time for me to move on. Maybe it's time for me to detach from the situation with to clean it up and then move forward to what I really want. And that may be where the hope is coming in too. You know, where you're like, you know what, the situation isn't working for me. It was a trash. It was like a mistake. It was a lesson, you know. Now let me look forward to what I want here and now. At this moment, what do I want for myself? What can I go towards? What happiness lies ahead for me, you know? I mean, the situation can be different for many people, you know, because not everybody is in the same. Look at this. Oh my God, look at the apology card. This is the Love Oracle. So we have 2 sorry cards here. Okay, oh my gosh. When I picked up this card, I don't know, some of you, it may not be you. It may be somebody around you that may be involved. Somebody around you. Hopefully it's not your situation. Hopefully it's not yours, but I feel like somebody's going to be apologetic about it. About possibly flirting with somebody. Maybe as far as actually following through with being unfaithful for having cheated. But then it's like you're willing to sacrifice the relationship, you know, really to go forward, you know, cut your losses in a way and start a new life. Seeing that whatever the relationship wasn't all that glitters. It may have seemed like it was the perfect relationship, but you may be finding out, or someone around you may be finding out that their partner has been cheating, or something's going to be discovered. If this is a past situation, There may be somebody wanting to return this week, because this could have been a past. Remember, we are all on different timelines. This may resonate with somebody now. This may have resonated with somebody in the past, or this may be something someone may be experiencing in the future, you know, because we are all on different timelines. But if this is something that happened in the past, there may be somebody wanting to come back with the unfinished business card showing up, you know. It's not over back and forth baggage. So this may be where the apology is coming in. Maybe the person that may have been unfaithful, in whatever way you consider unfaithful, because everybody has their own standard or belief about what unfaithful is. Whatever it is, this person may be apologetic and wanting to come forward and wanting to restart the relationship, possibly to even reestablish or show that their loyalty to you in some way. But because the pet card is the loyalty card to me. Yeah. So that could be what's coming up in the next 7 days. I don't only want to talk about love and stuff, because I know there are people who care about work and money and career. So I have these career money cards that I rarely use, because I know I had somebody who would always ask me about work. So I want to incorporate a career and money read for anybody who may be interested in that. Want to see what's coming up for them, what advice. I don't know if I really want to clarify these oracle cards with tarot. Let's see what comes out for career money for the collective that this resonates with. Okay, we have the sword, money conflicts, cutting corners, breakthrough. It says career, law and order, pay cut, defense, or being fired. Ugh. This reminds me of the Two of Swords, but this is sword. Money conflicts. Let's do a conflict about money. Someone's trying to find ways to save money. Sometimes they do that by laying people off, like the least essential workers. They try to lay off. Possibly not give promotions or raises. Talk about there's freezes, cuts or freezes. I know in New York we have that with the civil service jobs. They have hiring freezes because of the money, whatever money issues the state may be going through with the budget. We all know that's bullshit, you know. Anyway, spiral, out of control, climbing the ladder, upward trend. It says career, revisiting a job, promotion, connections. Okay. Well, if some of you are having issues with money, some of you may be considering going back to an old job, especially if you left on good terms, you know, so that may be an option for you. But it says revisiting a job, promotion, connections. Remember, I was talking about cutting corners. Oh, we can't promote you right now because promotions usually come with raises. We can't promote you right now. Imagine they try to promote you without a raise. Like, hey, we're going to give you a new job, a new title, new responsibilities, but we're not going to give you any more money. I would say they're out of their fucking mind. They must be going crazy. You know, they must be spiraling out if that's what they're going to try to do. Imagine that. Let's see. Okay, then we have coins. Money coming in, wealth, good investment, sales and finance, getting a raise, lucky. Ah, look at that. Wow. So it's like depending on the situation you're in, because there's conflicts with money. Maybe some of you are looking for a promotion, right? And you're in the middle of negotiating, and they're going to try to use that, like that excuse. Oh, we can't give you money, or we can't give you that much money. That could be something to look out for, you know, this week. I don't know if some of you are in sales and finance or in law enforcement. I don't know, in law enforcement, will they have cuts, pay cuts? I mean, what they usually do, like I don't really know much about that, but I know certain jobs, they could like, okay, well, we can't give you a raise. You're gonna have to wait till the budget, the next fiscal year. But some of you someone around you possibly may be losing their job, getting laid off because of money issues, money conflicts. But then there's also some of you may be up for promotions that may be coming, and that you're in the middle of negotiating. And some of you might end up getting the raise, you know, because it's depending on the type of work you're doing. You know, it does say law and order, promotion, connections, sales, and finance, you know, so those may be relevant careers. I don't know if they resonate with anybody. But let me see. I don't know if there's something going on at work too, where, like, yeah, some of you are going to get lucky and you are going to be getting the promotion that you've been working hard to earn, right? Because promotions are earned, hopefully. Like some people, they have nepotism, you know, they know people. That may be how you're getting it too. That may be how you're getting, and I mean, you can't hate the game, right? Unless you can't play it, you know what I mean? So I don't know, like some of you, it's like a mixed bag here. Some of you may experience being laid off and may have to consider or reconsider a job path that you were working before, like revisiting an old job, especially if you have connections, you have good connections, you left on good terms, you didn't burn any bridges, and it may be leading you to a job that has a higher title, and even more pay, with the coins card showing up. I don't know if some of you have already been laid off, and that may be something for you to look forward to. Or maybe this is the advice too, for you to consider going back to a job, especially if it's something that you don't mind doing. Because I know when people leave jobs, it's because they're not happy there, or they don't see any growth or future there. But maybe revisit something to see if there is a different opportunity for you that may suit what it is you're interested in. It could be in a different department or a different, I want to say department, but there's another way you can put it. I don't know another word for department. Right now my mind is blank. But I feel like that's possibly what you're being advised to do. If you're not in a, you know, you are looking for work, maybe revisit something and see if there's something else that may interest you. Maybe revisit a old networking colleague, someone that you connected with, someone you know you've networked with, and see if there's opportunities in a company that you used to work with. Or maybe they know another company that may be looking for talent that you have. You know what I mean? And that may be where the money is going to come in, where you're going to get an opportunity where you are earning money, but you're possibly going to be earning more money. But like I said, the careers being mentioned are sales and finance and law and order. So I don't know if some of you are in those fields. In the bottom, it says extra money, mature investment, celebration. It says career, retail, beauty, finished work, retirement. But maybe some of you are at this place where you're wanting to make extra money. So if you have a talent, like it does say sales and finance, if you are looking to make extra money, maybe you can get into retail. If you are like have any skills with beauty, possibly you have like a cosmetology license. You know, maybe you could cut hair or do makeup, do lashes. That's something that could be considered, especially if you already have like the credentials to do something, or even just consider what other ways you can make extra money. It doesn't have to be in those particular fields. It could be just like you doing Uber Eats or, you know, Grubhub or Instacart or whatever you can do, you know, doing those delivery services where you deliver food or deliver packages, anything like that. Even possibly working like in a retail store. Like doing something part-time just to either supplement your income or just to have some income coming in, you know. I hope that's helpful to somebody. I was trying something different because I know people have concerns about finances and stuff. So I think I'm just gonna, well, I'll use this. I'll see how it goes. So I have these money manifestation cards. And it's supposed to be messages from the universe. So that's supposed to provide guidance for anyone wanting to manifest money. So if you're new here, my name is Tan. This is Artemis Oracle. Right now I'm doing a career and finance reading, trying something new. I usually do general love readings, you know, what's the tea type things. But I wanted to try something different because I know there are people who have concerns when it comes to their finances and finding work. So we have freedom of location. A truly prosperous life is one with freedom to travel and freedom to live in the locations that you desire. So I know there was somebody here, and some of you may, if you are looking, you may be not wanting to work stationary. Like you don't want to have an office, a desk, a chair. You want to be able to like move around, you know, be able to travel, to be able to work from wherever you are in the world. So some of you may be considering new career pathways where you are able to work remotely, but you're also able to travel at the same time. But also you may be looking for jobs where you can basically travel for work. But with freedom of location, that seems more like if you want to be like it could be a consultant or an entrepreneur or something that travels. You know, I know there's traveling nurses, maybe working in sales. I know there's people that like they work for sales, do sales, and they get to travel all over the United States or all over the world. I really don't know, but I know there's people that travel for work and they do sales. So that could be something for you to consider when it comes to career. But I feel like if you're more like you want to be able to live wherever you want, whenever you want, like say it's winter where you're from and you want to live in the summer area, and then when it's summer you want to go back home, then I feel like you might want to look into jobs that allow you to work remotely. Anything else? Competition. Remember that there is no competition if you are truly original. That's advice. So it's like, don't get caught up in what other people are doing. Just because somebody else, like it goes back to the all that glitters card, because this card talks about how you don't look at what other people have just because you think it looks good, because what's gold to them may not be gold to you. You know, what you value may not have the same value to them as it has for you. You know what I mean? So if you're doing something, don't feel like you have to be in competition with anybody. You know, do what makes you happy. You know, do what makes you feel satisfied doing. You know, there is no competition. You are your own competition if you think about it. So if you're in this place, especially if you're like someone who is into beauty and fashion and like basically like health and beauty sector, there seems to be a lot of people in that area, but there's a lot of people in all sectors of business and work and careers. But like who you are is what makes you stand out. There is no competition, just as long as you're being your authentic self. Don't try to be like everybody else. Don't be like, I don't know, let me shut up, because I was going to say something about lashes. Everybody and their lashes. Lashes are pretty, but come on. Some of them, oh my God, those lashes. Like, what the hell? Do you even have eyes? Are you hiding the fact you don't have eyes by putting so many lashes on? Okay, creator. Your creativity is your superpower on your path to prosperity. So some of you may be creators, maybe considering being a creator. If that's the case, this is like your sign right now to do that. And believe, when you wholeheartedly embrace the attainability of your dreams, you will find the courage to exceed the ordinary. So it's a matter of you having faith in yourself. You know, knowing that whatever you have to offer, whatever you have to bring to the table, it is of value. It may not be for everybody, but it's meant for somebody. You know, we're not here for everybody. We're here for certain people. Like, I'm reading for you. Not everybody's here, but you are. You know what I mean? So it's like, right now, this moment I have with you is meant to happen. So whatever you're meant to do, have faith that the people who are meant to be a part of your journey are going to be there. The people who are going to believe in you and trust in you and help you grow and show you that what you have to offer is incomparable to whatever already exists, because they resonate with you. So that's the message right there. And entitlement. Why do you believe that you deserve benefits and privileges that you haven't earned or worked for? I can understand that. Like sometimes some people, and I honestly don't like entitled people. I do not like them. I don't like anybody who thinks that they should automatically earn something or deserve something. You know, like they deserve something just because, you know? I think that it's important for us to work hard towards the things that we want. And I think when we do that and we're able to reach our goals, it makes it so much valuable because we see that the strength that we have, the discipline, the consistency, the faith and belief that we have in ourselves, and to actually make a dream come true makes it so much more meaningful than if it's something that's handed to us. You know what I mean? So, oh, the other card. Wow, I just saw this. It says decision. The first step to achieving your dreams is to committing to making them a reality. And that's what makes it special. Because when this entitlement thing, it's not a decision. This is something that's handed to people, like nepotism. You know, how people automatically get opportunities just because they're related to somebody, or they know somebody that who knows somebody, even though they don't have the skills or the experience, right? But you, it's like with you choosing to have faith in yourself, to believe in yourself, that's what makes whatever it is that you're hoping to attain even more special, you know, because you're the creator of it. It's coming from you. It's coming from your soul. It's coming from your heart. It's coming from your blood, sweat, and tears, you know. When you're in this energy, there's no entitlement, you know, because entitlement doesn't include having to do hard work, you know. But this, like putting in the effort and having that faith in yourself, it's like it belongs to you. Not because someone gives it to you, because you earned it. You earned it. Okay. Let me see what else. So that's that for the career read. Career and finance read. Money read. So if there's something that you really want to do, have faith that you can make something of it. You can monetize it. It's just a matter of putting in the work. We're all creators. All right, let me see. I don't even know if I want to go into this love, because I kind of touched on love with hi Luke, how are you? Okay, I'm gonna go into tarot to see what the collective needs to know for the next 7 days. I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. If I'm in the East Coast, so my weekend is about to end. This Monday is a few hours away. Let me see what time it is, because I know I'm 43 minutes. Oh, it's 10:30. Okay, 10:30. 10:30 Eastern time. Let me make sure my cards. Okay, my cards are. I don't. Okay. What does the collective need to know for the next 7 days? I feel like some of you are going to get an opportunity this week. That it's something that you probably manifested. Something that you've been working hard on. I don't know if some of you, like it says creator, it doesn't have to be beauty and stuff. Some of you may be artists, writers, write screenplays, poetry. I feel like that some of you have already been putting in the work, and that something may be coming up this week that's going to let you know that all your hard work was for a purpose, was for a reason. So there's going to be some sort of opportunity. But let's see what the cards say. Partnership with Two of Cups. And then we have the Eight of Cups. I don't know if some of you have walked away from something, but you know, like I said, when you're walking away with the Eight of Cups, you're going towards your Two of Cups. Your ultimate happiness. What fulfills you. It could be in a love relationship. I don't know if some of you, like I mentioned earlier with the reading, that there were, you know, so there may be a transition in your relationship. Maybe some of you have walked away from something and there may be something new coming forward. You may be meeting somebody new because you decided to end a situation that wasn't for you. And it could be even a work situation, like you deciding to leave a job and you're going towards something that is more fulfilling to you. You know, you work somewhere where you were unfulfilled and underappreciated, and you made the decision to go towards what will bring you happiness. You know, you went and looked for an opportunity that you could connect with, you could resonate with, that you could pour your love into, something that you care about, you're passionate about, you know, Page of Cups. So there may be, like I said, an opportunity coming in. Page of Cups, someone bringing an opportunity to you. And it's something that resonates with you emotionally, like it's something that satisfies you, makes you happy. You know, it could also be somebody coming forward with an apology, like I mentioned earlier. Anything else? Just, yeah, somebody that probably left you feeling left out in the cold, feeling abandoned, possibly made you feel bad about yourself. It could be somebody that's coming back from that, or there could be somebody that you left out in the cold, you know? Somebody that you left out in the cold that wants to return because they weren't doing the right thing. But if this is a job opportunity, if you're exiting a job opportunity that no longer satisfies you in any way, there may be a period where you may worry about finances, but it's a matter of you having faith that things will work out, because it's like that something's going to be synchronizing. If this hasn't happened already, there's some sort of synchronization that's going to work out in your favor. It's just a matter of maintaining a positive outlook, you know. It's hard to do that when you have issues with finances, like you have bills to pay, you have rent to pay, you have, you know. So it's like in the meantime, if you find yourself in this place where you fear being at a lack, then look in other ways that you can bring money in. Like I mentioned, like look at part-time jobs, something, until the right offer does come in, the one that aligns with what your goal is. Because I can't tell you to sit around and wait for an opportunity if you have bills to pay, you know. The last thing, you know, there's something new is going to start. New life, you know. There's going to be something new. Somewhere where you feel free, where you feel liberated. You're going to be liberated. And look at the competition card. Remember what it said. Competition. 5 of Wands is competition. Right? But it says here, remember that there is no competition if you are truly original. So whatever this opportunity is, it's one that you're going to be standing out in, you know? You're going to stand out in. It's like everybody else is going to be fighting, but you're going to be just waltzing in like without a care in the world, you know? Or it could just be you're turning your back towards conflict, you know? Yeah, and revisiting an old job, like I mentioned, that card came out. Some of you may be revisiting an old job. An old job that may have a new opportunity, you know? Because you could go to an old job, but that doesn't mean you're going to do the same job. You could do something different. I was trying to find out another word for department. I wanted to say sector, or different sector. But that sounds more corporate than anything. You know, maybe some of you do work in corporate, you know, or maybe some of you are leaving corporate, because I know that could be a bit toxic in its own way. I can imagine, you know, I never worked corporate. If it's something that you're revisiting in the past, there is no competition, because if they know how you work, like I said, if you left a job but on good terms, like you didn't burn bridges, you left on good terms, so that, like, say there's people fighting for that job that people are like, no, I already know who that job belongs to. So it's like you're going to be walking in. It's going to be something new to you, something that you're going to have to learn. You learn from. You're going to build off what your experience, but it's going to be new to you. But it's going to be it might be at an old company, somewhere that you probably you grew professionally. You know, where you like may have been a job that was you worked when you were younger or when you were starting out. You may end up being like a manager or something, or somebody in a higher, like I said, one of the cards said promotion. So like a higher title than when you left the company. That could be that kind of opportunity. Now, if this is a love situation, somebody is apologizing for making you feel, maybe wanting to come back from maybe even leaving you, or you leaving them, wanting to apologize for making you feel or causing conflict, mental conflict, possibly even conflict within the relationship. Hopefully they didn't make you feel like you were in competition with other people and making you feel like you weren't worth anything, because we did have the worthless, the trash card says waste, worthless mouse. So that could be somebody apologizing, wanting to have a brand new beginning with you. And it could be somebody from the past, you know. Okay, let's see what else. What else is the card for me to know? So the Four of Swords came out. So if there is somebody coming back or a new opportunity coming in this week, and if you're able to make sure to make time to rest. We are transitioning into a new season at the end of the week. So I don't know if some of you have been feeling tired, feeling very low energy. There may be a reason why. It's because you're meant to take time to rest, to take care of yourself. Possibly even pray, meditate, reconnect with yourself, reconnect with your faith. Take care of yourself too, you know, because if there are big changes happening, you want to have the energy to be able to keep up with them, you know? So that could be what this is too. Yeah. Look at this, the Nine of Pentacles coming out. This is about abundance. This is about being stable and secure, you know? Being in a really good place where you're ultimately leading to wealth, which is the Ten of Pentacles, which is like the ultimate goal when it comes to financial stability. You know, but it could also be that if you are not allowing this person back in, it's because you found the value in yourself and you know you deserve better. And you are open to meeting somebody new, but someone that can match you, match your energy with the Nine of Pentacles. This is the Empress energy, mini arcana, the minor arcana Empress. This is the Empress in the making. So some of you may be heading into something where you're going to be building your own empire. And it could be with another company, or it could be something that you're building on your own. So, or it just simply be you're just going to be single and just focus on your stability, because maybe there was a situation where you felt unstable, where there was a lot of conflict and even a lot of I'm letting that pass. Sorry right now. So some of you may decide to stay single, and because you don't want to deal with conflict, and you understand how important it is for you to invest in yourself, so you never ever feel like you're unworthy, or no one has the power to make you feel unworthy. What the fuck? Excuse my language, but wow. Okay, I'm in New York, so welcome. All right. So that was the reading for the next 7 days. I try to like make it love, career, finance. Try to make it a little bit of everything for someone out there. I hope it was helpful in some way. Let me see. I'm going to be answering yes or no questions, but let me clean up these cards, get them out of the way. So the career money reading, is dedicated to Cave Ranger. He's someone that comes to the channel and who brings these types of who brought this idea to me, you know, just from him asking me. So I hope he's able to see this message. I hope it reaches him if he comes back to the channel. So I'm gonna make sure to title it. I should have kept track of the timestamps too, just to make it easier for anybody who does come back to see if they want to look at specific messages. But I'm getting ready to do the yes or no questions. So they're for subscribers only. So yes or no questions are 1-card questions where if the card is upright, it's a yes. If it's reversed, it's a no. Okay. So I just want to clean up these cards. I didn't use these, so these are good. So I hope everybody's having a good day. Once again, my name is Tan. This is Artemis Oracle. I'm an oracle and tarot card reader. I've been reading since December 2024. And I'm so grateful for all the people who have subscribed to my channel. I recently reached 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, I'm very grateful to have reached that. So that would not have been possible without you guys. And I appreciate you so much being a part of this journey with me. Okay, so we're gonna do the yes or no questions. I'm gonna check the cards to make sure. Get them ready. I had to use my green tarot cards because green is my favorite color. And I found these really cool ones with holographic gold foil. Holographic foil. So I'm gonna get these ready to answer yes or no questions. Let's see. So I'm gonna split the deck in half to reverse half the deck. I'm gonna try to get this. Then I'm gonna shuffle. So if you're ready to ask your yes or no questions, ready, set, go. Where's my water? I need water. Gonna go get water. La 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 la. Don't be shy, shy, shy. I'm sorry, it took really long with that reading. It's just I was in the zone. Auto zone. I had to say that. I don't have a car, but that just popped up in my mind. All right. Let me see. Does anybody have any yes or no questions that they would like to ask? If not, I could go straight into a love reading, because a specific love reading. Let me get the cards out. Don't be shy, shy, shy. Don't know why. I don't know why I'm singing that song. Oh, I want to go into this deck. Do I? Yeah. I'm going to go into the Tangled Love deck since I haven't received any questions. So, Tangled Love. Want to get away. I've got to run away. Do. Okay, we got one card, planning. Text, call, hesitation, strategizing, wants to take you out. Okay. Somebody wants to take you out. Hopefully it's not like a sniper. You know? We don't want that kind of planning, right? We want somebody to take us out to dinner, to a movie, to drinks, to a... Did I say movie? I think I said a restaurant, you know? Did I say movie? I'm thinking about movies. Did anybody watch a movie this weekend? I was thinking about going to see a movie. Avoidance. Ghosted and hiding, conflicted, introspection, feeling guilty. Okay. Maybe this is a different type of planning. Toxic environment. Bad advice, low vibration, emotional leeching, karmic relationships. Yikes. Okay, what the fuck? Maybe some of you are planning to avoid a toxic environment because you're trying to avoid a toxic person. Let's see. Okay, Inferno, desperation, self-sabotage, life in flames, breaking point. Oh, right. Oh. Reconciliate. That is such a weird ass thing. You know, sometimes... You know how sometimes people get bad advice when it comes to love? Like, you know, if you go on Instagram, there's so many people telling you to do different things. Like, oh, if, you know, I don't know how this works. Like, there's this new thing. I think it's new. But I think it kind of makes sense to a certain extent. And it's one called Be Useless to Men, right? Which I understand because sometimes if you're someone who is a person that overgives, I will resonate with that. We tend to get taken advantage of, right? And some people, they may not be taking advantage of us purposely. It's just that we can be giving, even though the person's not asking, but they are taking, but they're not stopping it, you know? But the thing is, it's like, that's how we have to create boundaries for ourselves, where we're not giving to people who are not reciprocating. So that's more like a us issue, you know, can't really throw the blame on anybody. But if there is someone who's giving advice that isn't really conducive to your specific situation, that may have caused there to be some sort of avoidance. You know how they say, oh, like don't do the no contact on purpose, you know, like give him the silent treatment, let's see what he does or what she does, you know. And it creates that it fucks with people's nervous systems, you know. It brings anxiety and stress, possibly even depression, or depending on the person's level of self-esteem, you know. So if someone has lower self-esteem, that feeling of being ghosted, of being ignored, can really hurt somebody. It could really like damage someone. And it's not good to be giving like that kind of advice to anybody, you know. But it's depending on the situation itself. Sometimes you do need to cut people out, right? Because they are taking advantage of you. They are not healthy. They're bringing unhealthy habits to your life. They are draining of your energy. They bring whatever drama they have from their life and try to unpack it onto you, you know, burdening you with their bullshit, you know. But the reason why I'm saying all that is like sometimes, like if it's not a toxic situation and someone was given bad advice, like say, oh yeah, don't call them, you know, have them reach out to you or do this or that. But it's like the person may be like, wait a minute, you know, like I'm taking this bad advice from this person who doesn't even have their shit together. I'm taking bad advice from someone who doesn't even have a relationship, someone whose life is in shambles, who has a mattress on the floor, you know, who doesn't even have an apartment. They have a bedroom, you know, they're renting a room. And I'm taking advice from this person who's causing me to avoid somebody that I want to talk to, that a person I love and I want to spend time with, and I'm playing these stupid ass games. Like, what the hell? So if it's that kind of energy, because shit like that happens, reconciliation is at the bottom of the deck. This is why I'm going that way, because this person may be like, what the fuck was I doing? Taking the advice from this loser, you know, like what the hell? Like, and it says putting in the work, better communication, getting back together, and equal give and take, you know. Sometimes we could be with people who are around toxic people, and those toxic people want to spread their disease onto other people because they're not happy. So they want to spread the unhappiness. They want to spread their misery onto other people and ruin other people's relationships. So I don't know if some of you are in situations like that where you know someone is trying to sabotage your relationship and they're an outsider. They're the third party, you know? You know, I know there was somebody that came by with that. But yeah, I feel like that's something like that going on where someone's like understanding, like, wait a minute, why am I doing this to the person I really like, I want to spend time with and want to talk to? No, and then they may be planning to reach out to you to reconcile if they were taking somebody's bad advice with no contact. There's some toxic bullshit. But the thing is too, like if this person comes back, it's like, okay, you want to come back, you want to reconcile with me, but is this toxic person going to still be around to continue to affect our relationship? Or are you going to cut them out? Are you going to avoid this toxic environment, this toxic person or toxic environment that was bothering or basically affecting our relationship, you know, because that's the only way this reconciliation is going to happen. Because if you're taking advice from someone who clearly doesn't have their shit together, how do I know you're not going to continue to take advice from this same person? That you're not going to let them or continue to let them interfere with our relationship. You know what I mean? It could even be like, it doesn't have to be a specific person, but it could just be looking out on Instagram or TikTok and seeing all these different shit that advice that people give that ultimately harms relationships, you know, interferes with relationships. I know people mean to help, you know, I could try to help people as much as I can, but somebody might see me as toxic in some way. I try not to be because I think I try to be authentic in the advice I give. And I do look at both sides of the coin. I don't try to do toxic positivity and tell you, oh, everything is going to be perfect, you know, even if you want to hear that, because it's not true. Not everything is going to be perfect, you know, but I'm not going to lie and tell you something that's going to harm you. You know, I want to be honest as I can be, because I, as a person, appreciate honesty. But some people do things, they put things out there with the intention of helping people, but instead they're harming people. You know what I mean? So I feel like if some of you are in that type of situation when it comes to love, there may be somebody wanting to return to reconcile with you, right? But it's a matter of, are they going to allow external influencing factors interfere with the relationship itself? And if they're going to continue to engage with people or engage in content that is a hindrance to your relationship, then that's where the reconciliation may not even happen, you know? So that's what I'm getting from that specific reading. I hope that was helpful to someone. If anybody has yes or no questions, please feel free to ask, you know, because I know somebody asked before, but I was doing the 7-day week ahead reading. So if you have a yes or no question, feel free to ask right now. If not, I'm just gonna go to bed. So let me see. Okay, let me check something right now. Oh, you want to find, okay. Hi, Melody, how are you? Okay, Shantae. All right, let's see what the tarot says. Okay. Okay, let's see. Should Shantae... You're in a Mardi Gras crew? Okay. Okay, should Shantae quit her job? Mardi Gras crew. Shantae quit her job. I don't know, for some reason it said no. No. It says you shouldn't quit your job. And right here it's saying Queen of Pentacles. This is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like if you feel like stable and secure where you are, then you should stay. But if you're hoping to rebuild something new for yourself, I think that you should stay there as long as you can to build up your wealth, to build up your finances, so that you can start something on your own. If that's something you're considering. Okay? Because I feel like if you leave, it may put you in this place where you may face some financial insecurity. So you may be stable right now, but if that's something you're considering to do, I would say that this is saying, since this is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, because I'm looking at it that way, look at what ways you can increase your finances so that you can make the move if that's something that you want to do. I hope that helps. Yeah, look, it's gonna, like, you got two no's. Like, I feel like right now you might be in a good place financially, but if you were to leave, it might cause some, it might affect you financially. I hope that helps, Shantae. It's a social group. Okay, it's not a job or anything? Okay, because when you say quit, I'm thinking, because yeah, I wasn't sure if it's a... Okay. There might be a reason why you have to stay there, you know? Because there may be something that you can build off of in that group. It's funny because the Nine of Pentacles is a solitary energy, and it's saying no, you need whatever group. Okay, you had drama in that group. I feel like whatever, remember I did the reading earlier, whoever may be starting the drama, they may be exiting. There might be, the trash might be taken out. Remember in the I don't know if you saw the first reading, but yeah. I hope that resonated with you, because if there's somebody starting drama, trash talking, I don't know what, that's probably gonna end. That person's gonna leave. Okay. I think that was your reading. But if it's a no, because remember we're reading the current energy, and I would say it could be a no for now. But if it's something that you feel like you have to do, I'm glad it did, Shantae. that helps me as a reader, because sometimes I'm like, am I talking out my butt? You know, like, why am I getting this? But you know, like, if you feel like if there's something there that's like, from right now, it's like, no, stay the course. Because the Nine of Pentacles is a solitary energy. When she's in a reverse, that means she's with people. She's not alone. You know, so I feel like there's no, you had to stay there. You stand your ground. You know, whoever is the causing drama, they're going to be exiting. Like I said, the trash is going to be taken out. I don't mean to talk about people like that, but trash, the drama is going to be taken out. Okay. Let me go to Melody. Okay, Melody. You still feel your ex's energy, and you're wondering if he will approach you. Okay, so let's see. Let's go with the approach you. Will he approach you? Because that one, he could approach you in many ways. So he could approach you like through, and I haven't done the card yet, but approach is more broad. where he could call you, he could message you, or he may actually go and see you. So do you want to do approach you, or do you want to know specifically if you will see him soon? Hi, Leah. How are you? Okay, so we're going to ask if your ex will approach you. Okay. Okay, well, Melody's ex approach her. Will Melody's ex approach her? That came out fast, but it flipped. It was going to be an upright, but I don't know if you saw it do a spin. He's watching you. Wait, Page of Pentacles? No. I thought that was the Swords. The fact that I thought it was something else, he's watching you. I thought this was the Page of Swords. He's watching you though. It's coming out, no. But I feel like that there's something that he's really thinking about. I don't know if he did something wrong, if he lied to you or something, but I feel like he's watching you, and right now it's looking like no, he won't approach you, but I think it's because he's like in his head about something. And with the King of Swords in the reverse too, coming out in the reverse, he may not be in the best energy. And if he does approach you, he may not approach you with warmth. He may be cold or icy. So it's looking like a no, but I feel like he is watching you, Melody. I think he is watching you. Since we are reading the current energy is like, no, he's not. The fact that this card spun, I think it's something that he's considering. But at this point, it's a no right now. I hope that makes sense, Melody. But yeah, he's watching you. Because I was like, he's watching you. He's watching you. Okay. Thank you, Melody, for letting me read for you. Thank you, Shantae, for letting me read for you too. Okay, Leah. You're welcome. Okay, Leah. All right. Is love coming for Leah? Is love coming for Leah? Ooh, that card wanted to come out. It's saying yes. Leah, it looks like somebody may be coming forward. The number 20. Judgment. I don't know how soon you're wanting love, but when I saw this card, I thought of Scorpio. So this person might be a Scorpio for you. I don't know how you feel about Scorpios. It's okay if you don't like us. It could be somebody coming back from the past too. Maybe wanting to revive something. It could be a Scorpio. But it could also be around Scorpio season that you might be meeting somebody. You know? So this is what I'm getting. So the 20th may resonate with you in some way. I don't know. This person can come to you on any 20th day of the month. It could be the next 20 days or the next 20 weeks. So, but it's looking like yes. But it could be, it may not resonate with you, but there may be somebody coming back from the past that may want to revive something with you. You know, and if that's the case, you know, you have free will. You get to decide if you accept this person or not, if that's the case, if it resonates with you. Yeah. I had the Ace of Pentacles in the bottom. Usually that's new. I feel like it's somebody from the past that might be coming back, you know. So I hope that helps you, Leah. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. Hi, John. How are you doing? You're welcome, Leah. Thank you so much for subscribing. Because you're not supposed to be doing spells. That's why, John. That's why your spells aren't working. I don't know what kind of spells you're doing, but hopefully they're for your benefit and not for someone else's detriment. Because let me see what time it is. It's 11:08. Oh my gosh. So, okay, it's getting late and I'm about to click off. I thank you so much for joining me today, allowing me to read for you. And if you're interested, if you haven't seen any of the other readings I did before I started answering yes or no questions, feel free to, watch the replay. I did the next 7 days reading, and some of them may resonate with you, some may not. So I hope everybody has a great week ahead, and I'm sending you lots of love, light, positivity, hope, and prayers, because we definitely need it, especially as we're transitioning into the new spring season. So I hope to see you tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern for my live during my lunch break. So take care, everyone. Have a good day or afternoon or evening ahead. Bye.